to make Indian chai tea. You buy chai tea from the stores like Starbucks and maybe other facilities that offers, but those teas are nowhere near to the real recipe that most Indian household prepare their chai. We call them chai. That's the common um, nomenclature for this preparation. And there are many ways you can make chai tea. Every household has their own typical recipes. They may add some or other ingredient, and some of the ingredients are also seasonal. Uh, in the summertime, they may cut out some of the ingredient because those ingredient may make the overall outcome of the tea as hot. People may perspire and it's heat producing more than it is liked by them. Or in the winter time when you need to really have a high metabolism, then you add those ingredients and spices that heats up your bodies, like you have ginger in more amount, or you have cinnamon stick. And these cinnamon sticks we use are not the ones that is used in the west. Those rolled sticks are cinnamon sticks are very highly concentrated and very sharp and heat producing, and so on and so forth. I'll go over on these ingredient in systematic way. So the main ingredient for a basic chai tea is water, milk, sugar, and tea leaves. And that is all you need to make your chai tea. And rest is up to you what else you want to add into these ingredients, and also how do you prepare them. So I'm gonna go over this step by step. There are two ways to make teas. One is to add everything you want to add in the chai tea and just boil everything together. And other way is to first put the water in and then add the condiments first, let them boil and extract their goodness, and then add the milk on top. Because if you add milk, the ingredients or condiments you are adding, they will be going through a slow release of their whatever goodness they hold, the spices, chemical they have in them specific to those particular chemical. So your tea may take longer to boil to get to that point where you extract those ingredients, and the other way is to just boil with the water and let that goodness come out of these ingredients, and then add the milk and boil again. So let's do that. And I'm gonna start with the first thing first. Let me add the tea leaf. So this is my tea leaf container. I have two types of tea leaves that is mixed in it, and one of them already contains some of the condiments in them, like you can call masala sometime, or people call it masala tea or chai, and so on and so forth. So first I'm going to put the water in, which is the very first step of making tea. So I'm making this cup full for one serving, and this is two measured cups of this uh, measurement, which is this one cup holds 500 ml of total volume. So I'm going to make chai that will be one cup, which is 500 ml of tea. Usually this is the amount I drink in the morning and the evening time. And so I'm going to make the same amount. So for that, I'm going to take 1 cup of water. To speed up the process, I have warmed the water, but you don't have to. You just have to take the water from your faucet you're using or wherever and just add into this container. So I'm going to make both recipes simultaneously. So I'm going to add water in the second container as well. This one is going to be boiling slowly because the burner is on slow heat level. And this one is going to boil faster, so just bear with me. So once we have done adding of the water and fired your gas stove, now depending upon the recipe you are going to add the rest of the ingredient. So usually what I add in my chai tea is I eat tulsi leaves. I don't have fresh tulsi, that's Indian basil. So I buy from Amazon dry basil leaves and I put that in this container and just have to shake 2 times and I get the desired amount. Then I have cardamom. I keep, because we use cardamom so frequently in our recipes, I take some amount of cardamom and crush and bottle them for easy use. So green cardamom is the one that we use. You can use, like, for example, 1/3 or half, up to your choice how much cardamom you want. And the end, you will be the one who will actually come out with the recipe you like. So then I have the fennel seed powder in this bottle. That also I use. I just shake on top. I know the amount I use. So the fennel seed, they are very good for your body, and that goes in my tea every time I make the tea. Then there is ginger root. We take a piece of ginger root and crush it to release its goodness. Sorry about the sound. So you have this. Now you will make your own decision how much ginger root you want for your tea. So I'm going to divide it in half and put that in each. And I have this little bit of fennel seed out. So I'm going to use just a little amount to go into each. So this is almost 1/4 teaspoon I'm putting in each of them. I'm not going to use the clove. You can crush them and use them. And also the black pepper, especially if you have sore throat, running nose, you have upper respiratory infection. All these spices, ginger root, green cardamom or black cardamom also taste nice and is good for your respiratory health, and in general they increase the metabolism of your body, so you um, like to drink the tea for that reason. Then cinnamon stick I'm not using today, but you can just put up, like, powder them and use them in your chai tea. I'm showing my recipe that I'm using currently, but in the winter time I do add all of these spices in my tea. So now I'm going to add the cardamom powder. Again, I'm going to take 1/4 or little less than that, and I'm going to add in both of them. You don't want to overspice your tea. You just need little, because little goes a long way for making the tea the right type. So after adding the spices, I'm going to add the tea leaves because they have to release their chemical. So 1 teaspoon for 1 cup of tea is what I use. And I'll show you later which tea leaves I use. With that, I'm going to use sugar. These are 3 to 3.5 cup of teaspoon of sugar I have, and I'm using wholesome organic canned sugar this time. I have a good deal that came up on Amazon, and I bought like 4 or 5 of these packets at that time, and they are still going great for me. So I'm going to add this sugar in both of them. So 3 to 3.5 teaspoon of sugar I have added, and you can cover if you like. That way you can speed up the boiling process. Otherwise you can also let the lid off, but it is just going to take a little bit longer to boil the tea leaves. So far so good. After the in ingredients are in, for one of the recipe you boil without adding the milk, and the other recipe you actually add the milk. So I'm going to add 1 cup of milk in this recipe. So 1 cup of water and 1 cup of milk, and you have added the ingredient, all the ingredient before making the tea. So this is one preparation in which milk is added along with rest of the spices and tea leaves, sugar. So this is just put everything together and you are done with the uh, whole process, and just sit and wait for the whole mixture to come to boil, and then let it boil to get the juices out of everything you have added in. And in the other type, you have to let the tea leaves and other ingredients boil for some time, and once they have their juices out in the water, and then you will be adding the milk as I explained before. So you can see the tea leaves, the cardamom, I forgot to add the basil, so I'm just gonna drop it, shake, shake. You can see just a little bit of that I have to add. And over here as well, I'm going to do shake, shake. And give it a mix because I added in the end top, so I'm gonna just give it that it doesn't stay, just mix as well, because it is important that you get the chemicals out, all the trying to connect to the battery charger. The phone overheated, so I had to hold the stream for a little bit. So this is the chai tea that I added the milk once the whole ingredient boiled together in the water. So 1 cup of water and 2/3 of milk. 2/3 cup of milk. It is your choice how much milk you want. Once you make the tea, you can play with the amount of milk you want to add as per the taste you desire to have. So that's why I said the recipes are typically family specific, individual specific, and that is how it goes. You can make a tea a little bit stronger. For example, this tea is looking a little bit lighter, so I usually have a darker tea. Then I can add half teaspoon of tea leaves more. And how strong is the tea leaves you use, uh, your taste will depend on that as well. So which brand of tea leaves you buy? We have many brands that we buy from the Indian grocery stores. We all come down to our preferred brands because the taste we get from a particular brand uh, tea leaves is different from the taste that comes out of the different brand of tea leaves you buy. So I mix two of them together. Uh, One is Bagh Bakri tea leaves, and other one I can play with different kind of brands. So you can see the tea is ready. This is in the end you will get this kind of tea. And you can strain it. And you're good to go. So I have already removed the other tea. I'm going to pour it back. So this was the tea I was making on the back burner. This is the tea that was in the front burner. And both of them made with slightly different technique, when to add water and milk together, or whether to boil the condiments first with the tea leaves and sugar and then add the milk. The only difference is that you can pour it into the cup. As I said, it'll, after boiling, your total amount of your tea will be less than 2 cups because it will steam out and reduce the total amount. So this is how much you will get in the end after properly boiling the tea. And your tea is ready. So that's the tea recipe I shared with you. If you have any question, you're welcome to put it in the comment section and I can answer you. Thank you. Till the next time.